Hello everyone, this is Connor with MMOFallout.com, and today I am looking at Dungeon Souls, a game in the wholly underrepresented genre of indie, retro-graphic, procedurally generated, hardcore perma-death, roguelike dungeon crawlers. So, these games obviously are a dime a dozen. If you're gonna do it, my rule is at least do it well. Have a game that is pretty well balanced. Have a game that is easy to control, fun to play, something that isn't completely broken at its core. And Dungeon Souls is actually a fun game. It's one of the few dungeon crawlers, aside from maybe Diablo, that I've actually come back to and want to continue playing. So the game has a bunch of different heroes. You have the warrior, barbarian, archer, rogue, which is my personal favorite, as you can see. The warrior, wizard, cleric, necromancer, nightblade, brawler, and an unknown hero that I actually haven't unlocked yet. I'm actually kind of surprised. But for right now, I'm going to play the rogue, because he is my favorite character. Okay. Now, the point of each level is you have a number in the bottom right-hand corner that tells you how many pieces you need to how many parts of the map you need to activate. These little circles right over here. And when you step over them, a bunch of enemies spawn, you kill them, and you collect the stuff. Now, with the rogue, you have the dagger throw, which just boosts your left mouse button attack, the thief bomb, which is a bomb, invisibility, which makes you unhittable. I never take that. I really should. It would probably get me out of a number of bad situations. Let's see, so as you level up, you gain stats. You find a ton of different weapons and things over the maps, and that's really what sets this game apart, is that you build up from a fairly weak character into something that is just a giant powerhouse. And I'll be able to show you as time goes on and I get some more items. So you get, double damage for 10 seconds. You have 3 potion slots down here. Each one can hold two potions of the same type. You can increase that with different boosts over the course of the game. In between matches, you have passive effects that you can spend your unspent money from your time in the dungeon on. Okay, so we have a shop up here. Do 50% chance to slow enemies, plus 3 bonus defense, plus 50% chance to attack for an attack to create fire. I actually like this one, and you can see it right off the bat. And it's what I like about the bonuses in the game is that it's not like a 1%, 2% chance. It's usually 20 to 50% that your attack will make the enemies explode, or that it'll cause fire, you'll shoot a laser, something really crazy that has a noticeable effect. I'm gonna boost that one and give myself more damage and resistance. So once you activate all of these, the countdown pops up for the Redeemer, who's going to show up and basically drain your health until you're dead. So you go to the next level, and of course, as you progress, each set of levels has their own theme. Right now I'm in Dark Dungeons. There is an ice level next to this. There is a library. You get different recipes. I haven't actually had any drop in quite a while, where you can craft different weapons that your character can use. Like right now, my rogue is actually using an ice-based weapon, ice daggers, which has the chance of slowing enemies down, and that's another thing that persists in between games. Open the chest. Okay, so now I can open a golden chest. Walk faster. I'll take this one. And over the course of the game, like that, I have a weapon that I have an item that grants passive health resistance, and it works much of the time. The points of the game where you're actually going to die, death comes pretty swiftly. So it's something where you can get health regeneration, but it doesn't really do a lot to help when you need it most. There we go. Got some ectoplasm. The ectoplasm and the bones that you see me picking up are actually, those are crafting materials that you use to make the weapons that you find the recipes for. So we're at 4 out of 5. Okay. So now I'm just going to show you what the Redeemer does. If you wait until he comes in, I'm just going to kind of stand at the portal so I can make a quick escape. Wait for the Redeemer to show up. There he is. See, and he just starts attacking you. Every couple of levels you have the boss. Now the bosses, they randomize their effect, and I found that the general idea is that you want it to be a little different. Some bosses are just completely undefeatable. I've had bosses show up that have massive amounts of health, regeneration capabilities. There was just no way for me to kill them. Okay, coin purse, 999 coins. Cool. 2 plus 2 bonus damage, 10% chance to shock enemies. Okay, and the great part about the items that you pick up is that there's, aside from their individual stacking, there doesn't seem to be any limit to them. So if you want, the further you go into the game, I have plus 30 critical hit damage with chances of shocking enemies, plus 3 damage. So you just kind of become this walking death machine as you go through the game. So now we're in a different part of the dungeon. It has mostly slime-based enemies. Needs a silver key. Okay. I think I still have that gold. Yep, I still have the golden key. Okay. Didn't get much out of that part. There we go. That's number 2. Now, the number, it's been pretty consistent with me so far with the 5 of these circles that you have to activate. You don't actually have to kill the enemies in them, but obviously you want to for the experience, the gold, and the items that drop. It's been pretty consistent with me so far at 5 markers, but sometimes it can change. It can do 3, 4. Okay. There we go. Golden key. Usually something pretty good. Plus 5 magic resistance. Okay. 50% chance to... Now, this is where the game gets interesting. 50% chance to increase damage by 2. 50% chance to decrease damage by 1. There's actually cursed items that you can get that do have even more of a risk to them. There's one I found in my previous playthrough that gave you the option, it gave you the chance, 50% chance to do double damage, or 50% chance to do no damage. And I died pretty quickly after that, because all of my attacks were missing. Plus 1 bonus defense, plus 5 bonus defense. I'm gonna go with this. And the minute you buy anything from the shop, he disappears. I'm gonna go with this. Oh, let's see. I'm not going to pick that up. It's a potion. The one that I said before where it has the chance of either doubling or negating your damage, that's an actual weapon that you pick up and you hold with you permanently. Okay, you're gonna do that. That shouldn't have increased my magic damage. I'm a rogue. I'm not doing magic damage. There's another one that I'm kind of hoping to find. It's a little less useful on the rogue, more on the tank-style characters, but there's an item. There is an item that allows you to... It makes you attack faster the lower health you have. So it kind of puts you into berserk mode. Okay, cleared that one out. Nope. There we go. And we're going on to the next level. Compass points out direction. Sure. This one basically just tells you where the exit is. And it's kind of useless because if you look on the map right up here, you'll notice that it never goes out of sight. I don't know if they plan on eventually making the maps big enough so that you can walk off screen, or if I just haven't gotten far enough into the game that it would do anything, that I would actually walk off, you know, that I would actually need that. But we'll see. Right now it's pretty useless. It doesn't cost anything to pick it up. I'm not losing anything by picking it up, so why not? There we go, level up. So right now, I get a speed boost every time I get a critical hit, which is pretty helpful. I get a speed boost, I have the possibility of healing every time I kill someone, and I have passive healing. So right now, I'm doing pretty well. Again, this is something that once I get further on into the later stages past the dungeons, I'm gonna hit a point where the game's just like, oh, okay, we're just gonna throw stuff at you that can pretty much kill you instantly. Good luck with your self-healing. Okay, cool. This guy has a helmet that hopefully I can knock off. There we go. So as you can see, I'm getting crits, and every time it's boosting my speed, and right there we go. This is what I was talking about. Oh god, this is what I was talking about with the game just suddenly kind of firing up and going into overdrive. Okay, so let's see what I got. 10% chance to parry attacks. Cool. Don't really need any more health potions. Okay, attract nearby coins. Again, this is something that it doesn't really help, but I don't really need it. Well, it's a 50% chance for attack to create fire. I already have that. It'll convert into gold or XP or materials, converted into 20 ectoplasm. And I think, yeah, that's everything. Pretty good haul. Okay, now I'm at the ice level. Speed up. Critical, 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 critical. There we go. Let's see. Walk faster. I already have that. I'm gonna get a golden key. The ability to walk faster really helps in the snow levels because a lot of the enemies have the ability to freeze you and slow your movement. And since the game loves to mob you with characters, being able to move out of the way fast is very handy. So we have a beating brain, falling to low health, makes your attack, there we go, makes your attack faster. Deals +2 damage to nearby enemies, cool. +5 max health, even better. So you can see, I do tend to pick Rogue as my starter, just because his accuracy starts out pretty high. I usually only have to put one piece, like 1 point in it, to max it out, and at that point he's basically firing in a straight line the whole time. I am going to get that bomb power up though, the next time I have the ability to put points into that. Fire! Fire! Mm-hmm. Okay. Now we're at the... So you can see I'm getting frozen. There we go. Frost Caverns Scene 2. There's also one, incredibly, that gives you the ability to buy 2 items from the shop before he disappears. Let's see. +5 damage, +2% bleed chance. Okay. I think that the bleed chance is kind of pointless, except for maybe if I'm fighting a boss, since most of the enemies die within a couple of hits anyway. It's a little too, I don't know, it's one of the more useless ones. For something that is 2%, it's a little too unnoticeable to really make a difference. Like the game moves too fast for the 2% bleed damage to really have any effect on your gameplay. If it does, it's completely unnoticeable. Open this. Converted to gold. I do love the enemies in the ice level. The Yetis, the snowman with the candy canes. It's great. So we're at 4 out of 5. There we go. Kind of figured that this was the one. Speed up, speed up, speed up. Ooh. Okay. I'm doing pretty well on damage. I'm gonna improve my resistances.
I was expecting you.
I was loving these guys talk.
I shall make you succumb.
I think I died on this level the last time. Yeah, it's great. Okay. Like I said, these boss battles, for me, either tend to be very easy or just an absolute shit show. Where I do no damage and just die immediately. But I'm actually doing fine this time. There we go. Okay. Bloody rabbit's foot. Walk faster on blood. Cool. Spawns orbiting eyeball that shoots blood and deals +2 damage. 10% accuracy, 10% burn chance. Okay. I mean, the accuracy is pointless, but I like the burn chance. I'm pretty sure that stacks, so I should have a 12% burn chance right about now. HP regen, let's see. Critical chance, 30%. Oh, burn chance, 10%. Shock chance, 10%. Cool. Okay. +2 magical damage, pointless. Not doing any magical damage. Not that I know of. Okay, so now we're in a little bit of, bigger level, more expansive. So I'm guessing from what I said before that the levels just get bigger and bigger as you keep going. But I still feel like they're not complicated enough to really make the compass a useful item, aside from just kind of a puff piece. So you can see right here we have 4 instead of 5. It just makes the level a little shorter. HP every 3 seconds when standing on blood. This one I like. And I'm guessing this is why the game makes it so every time you attack, your character actually pops back so that you can't just kind of stand in one place and fire while standing in blood. There we go. And it's already time to escape from the Redeemer. Leveled up. Okay, now I'm going to put it into the... Not the Thief Bomb. I hate the Thief Bomb. I'm going to put it into this. I need some kind of escape for when I eventually get brought down to 0 health within about 2 milliseconds. Again, Molotov. 18 ectoplasm. Okay. The only... Magnet works well. The only thing that I keep having to remind myself is that I do need to go in and update my stats every now and then. There we go. Okay, so we got this guy. This guy one more time. 50% chance to gain 10 XP, 10% XP per critical hit. Interesting. Killing 5 enemies heals you by 10 HP. And plus one bonus damage, 5% stun chance. I'm going to go with the 10% extra XP. Because if I can level up, boost my stats, that'll really help me out later on. And I just want to say again, I love the magnet. Just the fact that I no longer have to worry about picking up gold. And you can see I'm already getting the effects of the experience. You can see above my character, every couple of seconds you see a plus 20 XP. So that'll help. The amount of experience needed to level up really explodes once you hit a certain level. Okay. Okay. Came out of that pretty well. And new boss, Soul Guardian. No. I have a double damage thing. There we go. Potion thing. Do. And dead. Like I said, it seems to be kind of a matter of luck. Sometimes I go through these bosses and they're just complete pushovers. Other times the first boss will have some impenetrable shield that he keeps boosting back up every time I knock it out. And he'll just kill me within 5 seconds. Shop is back up. Chest. Let's see. Okay, so now we have the eye and the spiky ball. 10% cooldown reduction. Watch out. 30% chance to detonate enemies on death. I like those odds. We'll see how many enemies... There we go. See how many we can explode in this room. It's 2. About to level up one more time. Of course, we can stand on blood in order to heal. Yep. So, like I was saying before, the game, the real difficulty of this game genre is the fact that these things, they give you just enough rope to hang yourself with. These roguelikes, they tend to give you all these bonuses to make you look as powerful, like make you feel like a god, until you casually strut into a room and then immediately die. So they make you forget how vulnerable your character is. That's what I love about the difficulty of them. Is that every time you play through, you have to go, okay, so I got way too cocky the last time, and maybe this time I'm not going to do that. And then about 10 minutes later, you've forgotten about that rule, and you're waltzing into rooms, just guns a-blazing, and then you die. And then you say, oh, I made the same exact mistake that I made 10 minutes ago. I want to keep this going just as long as it takes me to die, because I know that it's going to come at any moment when I least expect it, and then it'll all be over. Actually, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to come up against a highly unfair boss fight because of how this game randomizes enemy traits. I'll show you how quickly I can heal. 9:30. Yeah. Like I said, if I had been under attack right now, the healing by standing in blood wouldn't help me. But since I'm not, it's more useful. Okay, +5 magic resistance. I'm gonna get that. Old chest, magnet again. I tried initially playing this with my Xbox One controller. I found the controller controls to be terrible. You would control it, the reticle would stick around you like this, and it would make it very difficult to aim at anything. So just kind of go like that. But you can theoretically play with the controller. I haven't done it in a long time, so I don't know if they fixed it since previous beta periods. I'm really not that keen on playing this type of game with a controller. I think that anything that requires this level of precision definitely needs to be played with a mouse keyboard. Okay. Get good. Uh-oh. So, yeah, okay. Nope. Yeah, I think this is the part where I die. Yeah. So I died in the dungeon 15. I killed 608 enemies, collected 11,580 coins. I'm going to go back to the main menu, just show you. So the Arcane Forge is... You pick up different recipes, lets you craft items for different heroes. Each one has its own elemental effects. You have fire that has a chance of burning, ice that has a chance of freezing, and poltergeist that I found that has a chance of piercing multiple enemies. Now, when you go to the hero selection screen, we have passives. This is what you want to conserve your coins in the game for. And it allows you to boost your base health, your damage, HP, crit, defense, movement, magic resistance, and coin pickupage. Yeah, that's a word. Pickupage. So you can give yourself regeneration, give yourself higher damage. Everything gets pretty expensive, obviously, the more that you do it. You have difficulty settings that increase and decrease the amount of experience, HP, damage, all that kind of fun stuff. But I'm going to show you the brawler for right now. Just quickly, because I'm probably going to die with him pretty fast. So he has the ability to, again, this is a left mouse button, spin the mouse around you for, there we go. And I absolutely hate the melee characters in this game. They seem so underpowered. And you can see he attacks slow, his reach is low. Compared to the ranger, the mage, the thief, the melee characters just seem completely underpowered. But he can do this. And he can do this, which is pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie, it is satisfying, but once you get into later levels where you see the bosses that I was fighting, they just can't stand up. They die extremely quickly. So what I'm going to do is finish this level, then close it down. If you haven't played Dungeon Souls, I really recommend it. It's a fun game to play, like 1 or 2 rounds of. It's something you get a little further every time you play it. You learn the mechanics of the game. It's not so much, I would say, traditionally difficult as it is kind of an endurance run. And I'm gonna let this guy kill me. Maybe. Okay, so the Redeemer, I've never actually let the Redeemer go this far. Come on, there we go. You died in Dungeon 1. Congratulations, you suck. Cool. So, this is Connor with MMOFallout.com. Honestly, I'd buy it.